Welcome to the Nerdtastic in 3D podcast.
It's Nerdtastic in 3D. Oh, it's Nerdtastic in 3D. Yes, it's Nerdtastic in 3D. It's Nerdtastic in 3D.
Boom! That's the slate right there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to, what's our show called?
Nerd.
No.
Don't help.
Nerdtastic
Sorry.
in 3D. If my voice sounds a little different, it's because I have a cough. My name is Jason Carter. And welcome to a podcast where we talk about some sweet ass stuff. Sometimes it's nerdy, sometimes it's not. And we work in the industries, different ones. Nobody works in the adult industry. And
Yes, with an S. Industries.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This has been an episode of
episode Quattro E57.
When podcasts go wrong.
Now you're doing everybody's part.
I know. I thought that was the point.
I just want everybody to know, listening, we're never letting Adam do the intro again.
I want him to do it every time.
This is what I've learned. If somebody asks you to do something, you do it wrong, so they never ask you to do it again.
The problem was that was so right.
All kinds of right.
We might let him do it every week.
What we're going to need to do is a really detailed analysis on viewership and when it drops off. And if viewership stops in the next 10, 15 seconds when I stop talking.
I can tell you right now
It's spiking right
that there
now.
are less people listening now than there were 30 seconds ago.
Doubtful.
Because I'm not paying attention anymore.
Because
No.
they have yet to hear
You're
Cinco.
not even ready
Cinco.
for the amount of podcast blasting I'm going to do.
That's what Sean was waiting to see.
Double
Jack gonna nail
Cinco.
Is he going to nail the second number?
Double deuce?
It is Cinco.
That would be 22.
Damn it, I missed that one.
Yeah, that was
Hey,
33
Jason,
ago.
what are we really doing here?
Guys, I'm hosting. We're talking about stuff. Guys, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about some things, and then
Hey,
we're going to have a
security's
poor,
here. Don't make me have them eject you.
a poor segue into some other topic. Then we might jump back.
You
I
know
don't
what?
know.
I saw an article about some stuff that said some things. It was actually really cool.
If you guys want to check our Facebook
I disagree.
pages,
Ladies and
if
gentlemen,
you just want to check our
this has
Facebook
been
pages,
a show about some stuff with some people.
and things. Don't forget the things.
All right, so
but
hold on.
seriously, guys, come on.
We gotta.
We got to
we have to get on here
Let's
somewhere.
introduce ourselves. I'm Jason Carter.
I'm Jack Eckler.
I'm Jack Eckler.
I'm Josh LeBarat.
I'm Sean.
Which
No,
one?
you gotta be like
I'm Sean Fennell.
this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good.
I already introduced him. I don't know what to do now.
Who's Jay?
Hold on.
I'm Jay
hold on.
Pecco.
I got this. I got this.
Ish.
I'm Sean Kearney.
Okay, but seriously, I'm gonna pass the mic to Jason for the topic he wants to talk about. He told me earlier.
Oh, you got served.
Really?
Yeah, remember you said I wanted to talk about that thing? Just you can talk about that thing.
It's got some stuff involved with it.
Are you sure you want to talk about things, or was it stuff?
I don't think it was as much things as stuff, but I think there was some stuff in the things.
About some industries.
No. So I
This is
think
an eye-opening episode,
think-
by the way.
Yeah.
we usually don't cover current events unless they're,
What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, we cover current events in
yeah.
the entertainment industry, in the technology industry, in the geek
Definitely in
industry.
different industries.
We usually
covered
don't-
the JFK assassination.
Yeah.
We were the first to break that
Episode
one.
Cinco.
Negative 85.
I'm gonna guess it's a lot more than negative.
It's only
85.
85 weeks before.
The earlier ones,
1963.
the earlier ones, we weren't weekly.
Oh, I see.
We were biannually.
It was a bicentennial.
So we usually don't cover a lot of topics outside of our genre, but because this happens so rarely in our lifetimes, I think it's probably just worth bringing up that there is a new pope for the Catholic Church.
I wish you had
Oh,
a better
shit.
like
I didn't
bullshit
realize
answer,
that
like
this happened.
this setup, like it happens so rarely in
Yeah.
our lifetime, and then you're like, and it's this new cup design that you can drink water out of, something like that.
You just
El
shattered Adam's.
Papa. El Papa.
Anyway, so
So the Pope.
He tweeted, so I think it counts.
the
Talk on the thing.
Pope tweeted.
Somebody tweeted in Latin that there's a new pope.
God, I hope
Argentinian Jorge
Did it just say Nova?
Bergoglio?
Yeah, just said.
Nova?
Just said
I
Popa.
think it's Bergoglio.
I think he's related to your friend Joey.
Hey, look at you.
Hey.
So the one thing I wanted to bring up is that when a cardinal is chosen to be, I'm probably butchering this and I apologize, but from what I understand, when
They're
a
called
cardinal,
eagles, not cardinals.
That's fair enough.
Pope, and it's the popal process.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Papal. It's
The
papal.
Cardinals and Eagles are going in to sit and talk about who's going to be the new pope.
When a cardinal is selected as the next pope, this pope has to choose a name for themselves that they will be known as. So they don't.
I didn't know this till today, actually.
So the cardinal's name is Jorge Bergoglio, I believe is how you pronounce it. But he has to choose a new name to be referred to as in this new office. So it's kind of like a Mr. President, but you pick your own. So in this case, he's Pope Francis.
Please tell me we're going to pick our own names in the room right now.
Yeah, if we were Pope. One thing about that I find really fascinating, though, is he's the only person who's ever picked that name. The last dude was like 16th. Like 15 fucking popes had that dude's name. This guy goes, you know what nobody's used before? Francis.
You know why?
Combo breaker.
Yeah.
But so the
Drop the mic, Pope Francis.
As far as I understand,
you won.
As far as I understand, there's no official rule or regulation or doctrine that they have to follow that says you have to pick a saint's name, but that it's tradition. So from what I understand, you pick a Catholic saint's name, and there's a list of them that generally get picked from. And yeah, Benedict is a really, really popular one. But it's not a hard, fast rule, which means in theory he could have been.
I'm betting Djibouti's not on that list.
Djibouti.
Pope Djibouti. It
What did you
flows.
say?
It flows. It really does.
What did you say
Papa
earlier
Djibouti.
today? What did you say?
Oh, I said if I was the Pope, I'd pick Pope Skeet, and that would be my name, Skeet.
Popesky?
Pope Skeet.
Pope Skate.
I'd be Pope Smear. Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, we got a high five over here. High fiving situation.
I get that joke.
It's so lame.
You
I'm
got that
still
one?
laughing.
What if you picked Mobile? Mobile.
He's right in the Pope Mobile.
Adam, what are you going with?
Go all night.
Man, Pope. It's hard to be Pope Mobile and Pope.
I know, right? Anything you
Like,
say is just
those
going to
are
be like,
both- Pope on a rope.
Damn it, Sean. You beat me to it. I was going to do A-rope.
Pope Andrew Rope.
Exactly, Pope a rope.
I'm not even. I can't even chime in. I'm not literally. Pope on a rope.
I might have went with, and it was just spelled E, H's, and then a question mark on the end.
Just 100 F's. Pope. Thank you. Lisa.
They always had to pronounce that when you come in to the Vatican before they sit down. Here's Pope.
All rise for Pope.
Farley.
Farley at the end. He just spelled Harley.
I'm actually crying.
I'm sweating.
Oh, damn it, Sean. You beat me to the rope.
I'm sweating.
Josh, what's your name?
I'm not doing any of it. I'm not doing anything. I will butcher this.
Oh, man. That's good times.
Yeah. I regretfully
welcome.
bow out.
This is why we don't talk about current events.
They go south fast.
Stick to TVs and computers.
You guys, that's what somebody's saying right now. Fucking guys start talking about religion. They don't know what the hell they're talking about.
I used to know. I used
He's
to know
calling
until
the Cardinals
computers took all
Eagles.
They're all birds.
Okay.
One thing that was also crazy about this was CNN, apparently, and this I found out through Facebook. CNN.
All right, Jay Pecco. What else did you find out?
CNN broke the story that they had elected a new pope because they saw the smoke coming out of the Vatican, but I guess it was at night. And so they spent like 2 minutes arguing whether or not. When a pope's elected, or when a pope is being elected, when
the Cardinals go into conclave.
When the Eagles go to nest, they burn the ballots every time they vote, and they vote twice a day. And they install a chimney in the Sistine Chapel, and when they haven't agreed on a pope, they shoot black smoke up through the chimney, when they have elected a pope, they shoot white smoke through a chimney. And apparently the guys on CNN were arguing over whether it was black or white smoke for like 5 minutes, and they were like,
because it was
I
at
think
night.
it's- Yeah, because they couldn't tell. So they're like, I think that smoke's white. Like, no, I think it's just gray. And they like kept going back and forth, and then finally they were like, oh shit, yeah, there's a new pope.
Did they have Pope Watch?
Pope Watch
2013.
All the hard-hitting news.
I just picture the zoom,
Look at
the,
that
the rack
graphic.
focus.
That graphic is awesome.
It'd be like P-O-P-E.
Watch.
And then it fucking explodes in a white mushroom cloud.
Well, it'd be black because they haven't announced.
Because they haven't announced it yet. It's a black mushroom cloud until they announce the new pope.
Just Sean's animation of just P-O-P-E. Just the angry face that you were making. So angry.
Pretty sure
Lead the church.
Pretty sure we knocked this topic out of the park.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I'm sweating again.
So I read this.
Sweating profusely.
I read this article today that was. It's like the headline or the whatever the blip summary about it was. What's the difference? What do they put in the smoke to make it black versus white smoke? And so the official
virgin
response that the Vatican City gave the Associated Press was that there are different elements.
Oh wow, really? Thank you, Mr. Wizard.
And then apparently because that wasn't hard hitting
Alkalines.
We're going to Bill Nye to break this down.
because apparently that wasn't hard hitting news.
Yeah.
The Associated Press or CNN, whoever it was, I can't remember, went to and got a smoke expert, a smoke bomb expert.
Well, of course.
Who said that they're probably using potassium chloride to create the white smoke, and the black smoke is probably potassium chloride with black dye.
Oh well.
I think it's...
Other than cuts, and then our other smoke expert, what are they using for black smoke? Sticks.
They just burn.
Yeah.
They just burn tires.
Like fucking everything?
Hundreds of tires.
Doesn't everything make black smoke?
Exactly. It's gonna rain.
People look like ants.
I got into our expert. Sticks.
Sticks.
Chunky.
Lost Josh for the evening. He won't stop laughing now.
Man, I hope this pope resigns in like 2 weeks so we can do this shit all over again.
We'll just rerun this episode.
Yeah.
Oh god. Damn it! Now I really wish you would have picked one of our names.
Oh crap.
I'm so cracking up about Pope on a rope.
Pope on a rope.
It's literally got to be A-rope.
Andrew. That is for Andrew.
I love it. And you gave him a middle name. Like, oh no, it's a saint. Andrew.
Or Alejandro.
Rope was custom.
It's actually pronounced rope.
We'd be corrected.
The patron saint of footwear, I believe, was Ropa.
And in Italy, that's a huge thing right now. It's like Fashion Week there, and it's sweeping the nation.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was a good segue.
Slowly.
It's a good way to start the
I
show.
think we should just wrap it up.
Well, I'm Sean Fennell.
And that's why we
Exactly. Sean's out
that's why
now.
we don't do current events.
You really nailed it. Really drove this one
I
home.
really wish we had Pecco here for Twitter Watch to hear the real
Yeah.
news.
He's got a great story about a cat stuck in a tree that one of his idiot friends posted, I bet.
So you can feel free to tune out now when we
Yeah.
get to our normal, regular
Yeah.
scheduled program.
Yeah.
Not
So what's
gonna be
next
as
on the
good.
list?
I did see an image today of Anchorman 2, and the image was no video, and nor did I need it after seeing the image of Champ's Chicken Shack, and how I wish I could eat there every damn day of my life.
Whamming.
That's what it was. It was like
I love you,
it was,
Ron.
It was like
and you'll love my
Whammy-
chicken.
It was like Whammy's Chicken Shack or something.
Hells yes.
I'm in.
I'm very
in.
excited for that movie.
You think Champ chokes his own chicken?
Look at you.
You're
Hey, man,
you're just grown up. Shit, Sean, run the show, baby.
I don't know.
Run with
I
it.
think
Run
this
with
ti- I
it.
think this
What did you have
time
for
change
lunch?
just
Just
like
do it again
It's
every
popped.
Wednesday.
it popped. The time change got me up.
Has it been fucking everybody else up?
Yes.
Like
No,
Destroyed
it's
me.
a fucking hour.
no,
Everyone
But the sun's
but
still up.
Yeah,
That's
it's
the
a
weird
mental
shit.
thing. Like you'll be sitting there and you're like,
Do
oh,
you?
it's still 3 in the afternoon. No, it's 7:30 now.
This actually crept up on me because I'm like, holy, it's 6 already. What's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are crazy. It's an hour. 1 hour, 60 minutes.
You fucking realist.
I can't mess with anything. Because everybody's saying that to me, like at work.
It
Everybody's
does.
like, I'm so tired. It's probably the time change. And I'm like, what? We arbitrarily changed 1 fucking hour. That's like, it's like, I'm sitting funny because this chair's red. It used to be blue. It's like, whatever.
I thought I was the only one that happened to. Seriously.
It's kind of the same.
Your
It's only
logic
an
is flawed.
hour.
Your logic is flawed.
But I wanted to say that my grandmother, my like 75-year-old grandmother saw, she's probably older than that. She saw Anchorman a couple years ago, and she was staying with my parents, and I was visiting, and I was like, oh, I hear you watched Anchorman, and she was like, yeah. I was like, what'd you think of it? And she's an intelligent woman, but you know, she's an old woman. She went, I've been alive for 75 years, and that is by far the worst movie I have ever seen.
I'll be the first to say I don't like your grandma.
I know. I thought the same thing.
I think
I'm sure she's a lovely lady.
Yeah.
You're going to agree to disagree.
She was way off. And that's why I said, I went, oh, wow, you're way off on that one.
Sean, your Nana is brilliant.
Yeah, I have to agree
Oh, really?
Oh,
Jay,
agree to
no,
disagree.
don't play the card.
Come on.
Don't play the card.
I have been watching movies for
I'm
75
gonna have to
years.
agree
True.
to agree with your grandma.
Wait a second. What? Name 3 funny movies so that I can discern
Oh, don't
your
get-
taste.
No, we can't.
Don't get him going on
There's
this
three
spot.
Funny movies?
Brendan
3
Fraser.
movies that you
It's gonna
find
be 3
funny.
Brendan Fraser
Very
movies.
funny.
Any
and
Brendan
if you
Fraser
say
movie
Monkey Bone, I snap your neck.
Biodome,
True.
funny.
True.
on the same level as Anchorman?
No,
Not
but
true.
well, I didn't ask to put it on the same level.
Okay.
In his defense,
Ready for this? Bulletproof.
I've never seen that
Bulletproof
movie, but
Monk?
it has Adam Sandler
50
in it.
Cent?
Adam Sandler.
Strike
and
1.
Damon Wayans. I
Strike
believe.
2.
Have you
So
seen
it's.
it? Have you seen
I've
it?
not seen it.
Then you can't
All
strike
right.
it.
I have.
And?
It's not that great.
It's not.
All right.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, you're right. That movie sounds hilarious from that one line.
That's
All right, give me one more.
That's a quote he went with.
What's your third? This one better be good.
It
What's
better
the
have
best?
Brendan Fraser in it
I'm
too.
gonna have to go. It's a little cliche, but Dumb and Dumber of our generation.
Oh, okay, you're in. He's back in.
Well, Dumb
That
and Dumber's
movie's incredible.
good.
2 out of 3 is
Yeah.
not bad. I mean, it's failing, but it's
Yeah.
not bad.
Okay, what's the best trilogy ever made?
Oh
The
God,
best
Jason,
trilogy
don't.
ever made? I don't think there's
Kearney,
a
you
trilogy
don't
that
know
I like
him,
all
do
3.
you?
I've yet to see a trilogy that I've liked all 3. Star Wars is the closest. Obviously, episodes 1 through 3.
How many
Star
of
Wars
Look
isn't
Who's
bad. 1 through
Talking
3.
were there? Were there 3? Look Who's Talking Now, Look Who's Talking, and Look Who's Talking 2?
No, Look Who's Fucking Talking is the last one where they beat the babies.
What's up with the dogs they're talking?
That's when
Wow.
the parents
We
flip
just went
shit.
to a whole
Look
different
who's
level of-
fucking talking.
That's,
talking now.
That's
won't
another
shut up.
genre
This
altogether.
message has been approved by P.O.
Oh, on a rope.
You need to animate that.
Puppy.
You really don't like Anchorman?
It's not that I don't like it. It's just that it's absolutely stupid and not funny at all.
It's absolutely
I'm
what?
hurt.
Stupid enough to.
It's stupid and not funny at all.
So wait, so what's something you don't like?
it's
If
the
that's
opposite of
what
truth.
you don't like, that's if you like something.
I didn't say I liked it. I didn't say I disliked it. I said it's stupid, and I agree with your grandma. It's the
That's
dumbest
insulting.
movie I've seen in a long time.
You're insulting some very talented filmmakers.
Which ones?
All of them.
Which ones?
All 240.
I'll tell you a funny movie. Role Models. That's a funny
That is
movie.
a funny movie.
That was you kind of delivered that like you were being really sarcastic at the same time.
Yeah.
No, I think Minotaur. Come on, that's brilliant.
Minotaur.
No comment.
I got nothing.
I've never wanted to really put him down.
Yeah, I'm like,
I mean, I
I'm
love him,
surprised.
but God, I.
So what's your best trilogy? Sorry, now I'm just gonna linger on this. Alright.
My favorite trilogy
Favorite trilogy?
is Back to the Future.
No, 3 is terrible, unwatchable.
3's great.
That's his favorite. Asking the order. It gets better with this guy.
No.
movies with this
Let me
guy
tell you,
is
the,
just
the order for
just-
Back to the Future is 2, 1, and then leave, and then stop watching.
It's 2, 1, 3. I agree with that.
all right.
2, 1, 3.
back.
It's
in
tough.
time.
Like you're not that bad.
Huey
That's
Lewis?
the problem. Is like when you said the Anchorman thing, I was like, oh, I'm gonna ask him his 3 favorite movies, and they're all gonna be terrible.
Oh, it gets better.
And I'm
Keep
gonna
going with
understand that we're opposite. But like you're right, except for Anchorman. You're
Who's
just
your
Who's your
Who's
favorite
your-
actor?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Who's your favorite actor? You gotta specify. Who do you think delivers the best performance time and time and time again? Not
Yeah.
your
Philip Seymour
favorite
Hoffman.
person
Yeah.
to watch.
Okay, who delivers the best performance,
Best
time and
performance.
time again is I can't remember his name for the life of me. Gary Oldman. Gary Oldman.
Yeah, he's
Okay,
pretty good.
that's good.
Yeah.
For me, it's probably Kevin Spacey. I think every time I've seen him, awesome performance, personally. Now, who is the most entertaining male actor for you to watch?
Andy Dick.
Wait, do they have to be like acting? Because Andy Dick, I'd go for just in life.
Yeah. Or Bob Saget post.
He's just a horrible person in life, but I like that.
But
about him.
I enjoy watching that. I don't know. I've never even thought to differentiate the two.
Right.
I actually think I don't see him in enough movies, but Christopher Lloyd is insanely entertaining to watch.
Yeah, he's good.
in just about everything he does.
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg.
But I think Philip Seymour Hoffman is one of the most consistent performing actors in the industry.
Yeah. It's good. Josh
Kevin Spacey.
is what? Most entertaining?
Most entertaining.
No,
Best performance?
Most
best
everything.
performance.
Over and over again?
What about most muscly?
Most muscly.
I would go
Yeah.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
I was going to say, for me, he's probably one of the...
Is consistent entertainment value. Like for me, entertainment. Maybe I'm going to say at this point, just cracks me up when I see him on. It's probably Will Ferrell. Even in bit parts.
You and I could not disagree any more
even in
than
bit
we
parts.
do.
I'll
Did
even
you
go.
see-
I'll
did
even
you see
go
the
Wedding
Spanish-
Crash. I'll
did
go
you see-
Wedding Crashers.
If Will
Mom,
Ferrell-
if
Meatloaf. Really?
That
If
was-
That doesn't strike a
tomorrow,
chord with you.
tomorrow Will Ferrell came onto the show, I'd be like, you, sir, are a waste of space.
Doubt
and
it.
I'd leave.
Doubt it.
Wow.
Doubt it.
I would.
Adam DeMann.
No.
100%.
Jason.
Adam DeMann. Is that
Jason,
It's
your
awesome.
most entertainment actor?
The actor who I believe is the most entertaining consistently all the
Yeah.
time is Brendan Fraser.
I would have to say Jason Bateman.
Boy,
Ooh. Will
Hey,
Arnett.
hey, Curdy, has this swayed you yet? Are you there yet?
Fraser. Even Brendan Fraser's mom's like, my other son's a plumber. You know.
No, Brendan Fraser is one of the most entertaining actors to watch.
Hold on, Brendan Fraser over Bill Murray?
Absolutely.
Most,
What?
most entertaining to watch.
Oh my God, my ear is bleeding
Hey,
because I blew a brain
Security-
vessel from that
security
craziness.
likes Bill Murray.
Yeah, fucking human beings
Yeah, I
love
was gonna
Bill
say
Murray.
people.
That's
all
like
people
saying
like Bill
dogs
Murray.
love dog food. Like
Bill Murray's-
everybody
Bill
loves
Murray's,
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray's all right. Yeah, he's funny.
He's no Brendan Fraser.
He's no
Brendan Fraser is more entertaining to watch.
Would you say
than Bill
Brendan?
I think Sofia Vergara is pretty entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
personally,
When she's doing something like
different
this.
reasons.
Something like
Sean, is
this.
it starting to set in now?
Like this.
It's yeah. Before
Hold on, I want to know if you were walking down the street and saw a woman doing what you just did, which I believe is this.
Yeah.
Would you think she was attractive?
If her boobs are shaking, I'd
Maybe.
be like,
I think she
Yeah.
was
Or do you think
having
she
a very
had
attractive
like
seizure.
a skin disease of some sort?
there's a lot of variables. What is she
Don't
wearing?
you
What
tackle them and hold
direction
them
is
down
she
when they're doing
facing?
that?
Is it cold
You get
outside?
them
Cold
bite
out.
their
Yeah,
tongue.
there's a lot going on.
Also, is
Stick
she
a spoon in
naked?
their mouth.
Oh, I
Those
was
are a
worried
lot
about
of-
you. I thought you were
Have
having
you
a
seen
seizure.
Journey to the Center of the Earth #1?
No, because I'm a
Entertaining
grown
film.
man.
Entertaining
I'm a
film.
grown ass man.
Entertaining film.
You grown up.
Have you
But I'm
seen?
sure your grandmother would love it.
Yeah, I'm sure it's right
This
up
is one of those
her
moments where I
alley.
can't tell if he's just like picking the worst answer to just cause strife.
No,
I know
he's
him.
had this
and I
an-
know
you
him
know
enough.
this answer
no,
has
I know
been
him
there.
enough, but like people that don't know him, and Jason likes to just stir the pot. You would think, oh, it's just Jason. He's picking the worst possible answer to this question just to cause arguments, but he really believes it.
No, because you could have gone with what's his face, Pauly Shore, if he really wanted to piss
Yeah.
people
Pauly
off.
Shore?
Gosh.
What do you think of Polly Shore?
Brendan Fraser, Pauly
You like?
Shore.
Well, he likes Biodome.
The reason Biodome
seen
was
it, man.
successful is because
yeah.
of
Come on,
Stephen
Crawl.
Baldwin.
Okay. Okay.
Now you had him at Biodome.
Yeah,
You've
yeah,
lost him
yeah.
on Biodome.
That is that. The reason Biodome's successful is because it's just such a piece of shit. It kind of comes around the other side. You're like, I guess this is okay for a garbage film.
There's nothing else on.
That movie, Biodome is super fun.
We know extraterrestrials exist. There's one in the room right now.
Yeah. Unbelievable. That's why they keep making these movies. Like every time you open up the paper and there's some like movie, you're like, how the hell did this get made? It's
There
because
are
you're
millions
going to
of
see the
people like
mystery.
He's in the
Carter.
focus group.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. When
you in the
saw
Medea focus
the
group?
episodes of Scrubs that Brendan Fraser was in, did it not bring a tear to your eye?
Are you speaking Japanese? Because half the words you said, I don't even know what they
Brendan
mean.
Fraser plays his brother, right? His older brother.
His brother-in-law.
brother-in-law. Yeah, those are good.
Yeah, those are tear-jerking moments on Scrubs.
But the worst is that you
No,
mentioned
brother-
Journey
oh,
to
wait,
the
no,
Center of
as
the Earth. You
opposed
didn't
to all
even
of the
pick
other
like
He
good
celebrates
good
his
Brendan Fraser
collection.
movies.
It's
Yeah.
not just that.
Celebrate his entire
Brendan,
Entire
catalog.
collection.
Brendan, if you're listening, come on the show anytime. We'd love to have you. Bring
No,
Kevin,
no.
Bring Kevin Spacey.
Brendan,
right?
no offense.
I am going to make
Jason,
an effort.
You better be
to
entertaining, though.
Seriously, try to.
Tweet
You
it.
need to correct
Get
that.
him.
You need to correct that. Seriously, Brendan, no offense, I'm sure you're a lovely guy. Jason wants you on the show. If we saw you on the street, I'd say hi.
I want him now. I want him now. Just
You know, I want him, but I want him to do that clap. Like, if he pulls that off on the show, I mean, Jason, have you never seen the clap?
What are you talking
He
about?
doesn't know the reference.
You don't know the retardo clap
Is
from
this an Encino Man thing?
no, it's from the Oscars. There was one on the Oscars where someone made a joke and he was all like, right, and then so they made like a one where it just like a ping pong, so it's all like.
What the hell was he doing at the Oscars?
Oh, it was so awesome.
He doesn't belong there.
He's seat filled. He's seat filled.
Oh, he's at seat
So
filling.
when the people go up,
That's
they sit,
awesome.
He sits in their spot.
Aren't you that dude from Monkey Bone? No. There's
No,
some dude.
no idea what you're talking
I'm
about.
Brandon
I
Fraser.
love that you brought up Monkey Bone first, and we came full circle back to Monkey Bone.
I actually think it was the Golden Globes, not the Oscars. But
There we go. That's more his style.
Hold on.
He's a
You're
Teen
gonna
Choice
find it.
Award.
It hurts
kinda
inside
guy.
a little bit.
We
just
are
look up Brendan Fraser clap.
we are going to look at the movies and analyze the movies that our
Dude,
friend
we're not
Brendan
analyzing
has done.
anything.
Wow.
We're-
You tell
Brendan
me.
Fraser in the 90s, I'd give you some of those movies. Like, he wasn't that bad. Like, he was making decent movies.
He
But
did
Journey,
Mummy, and I like
Mummy's
Mummy.
a
I like
decent
Mummy.
movie.
Mummy. Thank you.
It's a fine movie.
Awesome fun movie.
Do I celebrate his
flip.
collection based
Yeah.
off Mummy? Nah, not so much.
Has anyone seen? He's been 60
You're laughing at some of the titles of these movies.
Take them piecemeal.
Blast from the Past.
Oh, don't stop!
Oh,
Just
yeah.
Alicia Silverstone.
That Alicia Silverstone
Yep.
vehicle.
I just want you to know he was in a movie with what looks like Harrison Ford. I think.
What looks like.
What looks like.
That's just some old, scruffy, angry old
He
man.
seems to
No,
be in a
it's-
movie.
Was it directed by Steven Spielberg?
Spielbergo.
It was no. It has Kerry Russell and Harrison Ford. He has top billing, and it's called Extraordinary Measures from 2000.
Oh yeah, that movie looked like a CBS like television filmed movie.
Lifetime mil-
I
No,
also-
like you would watch the previews.
He's also in G.I.
The
Joe:
trailer.
The Rise of the Cobra. He's
Ooh.
uncredited.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uncredited,
yeah. He
yeah.
just hung out on set. Again, he snuck onto the damn
He's
set.
stuck on the
He's
set.
craft
Walked
services.
through, and damn you,
He
Put
didn't
on
want
a
that
mask.
credit.
He made it on film at some point with
Yeah.
a coffee. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
damn you, SAG for acquiring
Brendan,
credits.
don't listen to them. With the exception of Looney Tunes Back in Action, you have a wonderful career, and we applaud you. Sinbad, Beyond the Veil of Mists.
That was the quadruple spin-off of the original.
Did you guys not see Dudley Do Right?
No.
No, nobody did.
I'm pretty sure I
Funny
saw
movie.
a trailer for it.
All right.
That played
I
in
digress.
Bakersfield for like a year.
Yeah, exactly.
Did I ever tell you in the city that I'm from, super conservative town, we had to leave the city and actually drive to Los Angeles, which is an hour and a half, just to see certain films because the city council would not let them play.
Were they Brendan
That's
Fraser?
why I
The-
called that out.
The reason I live in the city that I lived in is because it's the closest town to where we live that was showing the Royal Tenenbaums. They would not let that movie show.
Wait a second.
in the
So,
city I'm from.
are you
That's the
purposefully
sole
not
reason you
saying
live
the
in
name of this
Valencia?
city?
Say it again.
That's the reason you live in Valencia?
That's the reason I knew about it.
But are you purposefully not saying the name of
That's
this
the only
city?
reason
What
it's
a
on the map.
What city
terrible
is it?
reason
I
to
live
base
in Santa Clarita, California, or Awesome Town.
Wait, that's where. No, where did you live that they weren't showing these
Oh,
movies?
Bakersfield, California.
Bakersfield.
So when he
Yeah.
landed in Valencia, he soon learned about a mythical place called Los Angeles that he has since traveled to many a
Where the
time.
beer flows like
by
wine,
many
and
times
the women
you mean
flock like the
every
salmon
day.
at
Every-
Capistrano.
Every single
But I think
day.
this explains your movie taste because if you thought that Brendan Fraser movies were all that was out there
Ask
for
me
you.
my favorite film of all time.
Oh God, I want to know, but I don't want to know.
Is it wholesome and
when I
full
first
grain?
met you, didn't this face look exactly the same? When I
what's
first
your-
met him, this
oh.
was our conversations we
Like
had.
what? I don't even. What's your favorite movie of all time?
Okay, I have two. The first one is
That's impossible.
I feel guilty for saying just because I'm a father now, but it really did revolutionary film American Beauty.
That's a great movie.
Okay. Second one, which is I have to say is I'm currently touting as my favorite just because I am a father now, is The Prestige.
That's a good movie too. I saw that on an airplane, and the airplane landed early, and we got off the airplane. I didn't see the fucking end of the movie.
They wouldn't let you stay?
No, I was sitting there with the headphones on as everybody was leaving. I was like, I want to see what the fucking Prestige is. And then
Prestige
I got up
is
and
Hugh
left.
Jackman.
And Christian Bale.
Okay, yeah.
And,
Oh
and
yeah,
Christian
I like
Bale.
that. It's got a
but it-
good.
That's your
you should,
that's your new
You
favorite.
should really watch the end of that movie.
I
You
finally
kinda missed-
did.
oh, okay,
Wasn't
good.
yours
It's really-
Pirates? One of the Pirates?
Kind of
Oh,
missed a
I-
huge piece.
Yeah,
Are those
it's
Gibbons?
like the entire
Those
fucking
are
movie.
like
is the end of that
amazingly
movie.
fun films.
So are those
but-
your new trilogy?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I forgot to. I was thinking about that actually the other day. I go, This might
Wait,
dethrone.
Wait, you
Back
liked
to the Future.
the
I missed
second
it. What's-
Pirates movie?
Oh, the Pirates.
All of them are amazing. The third one in particular had some of the best acting I've ever seen.
From,
You don't like the
extras?
second one?
Oh yeah.
You don't like the second one?
I did not. I disliked the second one so much I didn't see the third one because I got
Kidding
burnt
me.
with the Matrix when I didn't like the second one, but thought the third one would be good.
Goddamn Matrix fucked everything up.
Fucked everything up
There
for
are
me.
two.
I enjoyed The Matrix.
There
Yeah,
are
me
like
too.
2 or 3 films that I think
Matrices?
are a staple of like the best visual effects in films. To me, still to this day, Jurassic Park.
Yes.
Absolutely a pinnacle of like.
Classic
To this
movie.
day.
Still
Yeah.
holds up now.
And then
Specifically
I
three.
honestly believe the second Pirates movie, Davy Jones in particular, has
Yeah,
some of the best
that's really
visual
good.
effects.
It's really good.
think
I
I've
just
ever
felt it dragged on and on for like a million years. That was my problem with it. Is that just kept going
Not
and
enough
like
Johnny Depp.
meandering.
When that dude
Yeah.
comes, when he's in the ship and the guy pops his head out from like the wall and he was talking, I thought that was amazing.
seen.
Yeah.
There's some good stuff. Definitely some good stuff.
Then dethrone Back to the Future.
You know,
It is a trilogy.
I gotta
hard.
watch them.
well, it's more than that.
And
It's
it's,
it's a
pirates.
quadrilogy.
This guy's gonna buy the 4th Assassin's Creed based solely on the fact that it's pirates. If
true.
Yeah.
if pirates movies aren't your
I have
favorite,
thought
there's no logic. in
the
the
Assassin's
there is no
Creed
logic
games
in
that
the
I've
world.
played so far, which has been one, was incredibly repetitive.
Yeah.
And I've heard that they're even, they're just super repetitive.
more.
I
They
will
just
buy
added-
the 4th one, knowing it's going to be repetitive solely because it's pirates.
But you buy the Lego games like that too, though.
The Lego games are not boring or repetitive; they're super fun.
And very adult.
In fact, the only thing that can make the Lego games better is if the little grunts and like breaking apart Lego piece sounds like it would be voiced by Brendan Fraser.
I'm sure he'll do
Brandon,
it.
if you're listening.
He'll do anything for a
money.
fucking sandwich right now. Like, yeah, we'll give
not
you
been in much
we'll give you a
lately.
tuna fish sandwich. All right.
Yeah, but I don't want. I want to be
I'll do
uncredited.
it.
I want to be uncredited.
Yeah, don't credit me. I'll do monkey bone too. That's how he talks. You know, there's a Lego GTA game coming out end of the month. It's like Grand Theft Auto, but in the Lego universe
Lego
with Legos.
City
That
Stories.
sounds interesting.
Lego City
Sounds
Undercover.
Can you get hookers, do them, and then run them over and get your money back?
No, but there's clowns.
Can you do them and then run them over and get
Probably.
your money back?
Can you pick them up and put their
But
pieces
I don't know
back
if you
together?
guys are gonna play it. I mean, I'm gonna be playing it. You know why? Wii U exclusive, baby.
Oh, is it really?
Shoot my Wii U guns in the air.
Because that's what they sound like.
Shoot my Wii
on
U.
the Wii, they all sound like that.
Sure, they sound like.
I'd also like
You know what
to
they sound
point
like?
out-
Doosh, doosh, doosh.
I'd like to point out that Penny Arcade went on the record and said Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Wii U is the best version, and I have to agree.
Penny Arcade
have you
was
pl-
paid
have you played
heavily
it?
by Nintendo of America.
Have you
I
played
played it. Yeah, I have.
How is it? Does it use the control, like the screen?
So
like what is that?
it uses-
Is that the mini map?
No. Yes. Sorry. When you're playing with the TV,
Uh-huh.
it's the mini map, which you think is great, but it's the worst thing in the world
No,
because
because
you
you
have
can't
to
see
look away.
it. Right.
Yeah.
But what's great about it is if my wife's watching TV, I sit down on the couch, boom, load it up. The entire game is on that screen, full resolution, full everything. So I can play a console game with console graphics on a system that I can sit
That's cool.
on the couch. It's awesome. I play more Call of Duty now than I ever did specifically because of that.
It's too bad.
How's the
Nintendo got-
controller for that though? Like, is it?
It's super comfortable.
Is it?
Because it's really light. And then it's
better than the Xbox?
Yeah.
It's too bad Nintendo got hit with that patent.
And I bet you're a god on the Wii because it's like you
There's, like,
you
nobody
you,
there.
Great
you against
segue,
like
Sean.
6-year-olds.
That's a great segue.
Yeah, no, it's true, Jack. Let's keep talking. I don't.
I wanted to bolster you up,
Yeah.
being better than every 6-year-old who plays the Wii U.
Yep.
But you're
So
killing it online. Killing it.
Are there enough
pretty good.
people?
I'm
who
pretty
get
good.
Games? Is it hard to get a game?
No, there's like always games going. It's good. It works.
Just one game? Do you just kind of wait to load in? Like, do you have to tap out? Like, do you? You know.
All right, so I got to ask about this fridge. Who posted this fridge thing?
I was just literally going to segue into
I'm
that. Seriously.
interested
Well, there's no segue. Hey, I found a fucking cool fridge.
I love that we missed Sean's
The Froven?
brilliant
doesn't matter.
segue
Yeah.
earlier.
I know.
The fans got it. They know.
They know what's on our topic
No,
list.
I found this on
That's two
one
segues,
of
by the way.
my design sites. I came across this. This is I don't know how to feel about it. I mean, it looks fine. Did you guys all see the picture of it?
Yeah.
And stuff. It looks like a fucking cool cell phone standing up on the
Snot
wall.
fridge.
But you put your stuff into the liquid and
Imagine that Slimer
that's
from Ghostbusters got sucked into a refrigerator and stuck there.
But he kept each of your items the specific temperature that they're
That's
supposed
what I
to
found
be at.
interesting.
I'm in.
Fucking go Slimer, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Slimer.
I can have my Dr. Pepper at a nice, like, 45
Would you-
degrees.
Would you
Wow.
have this? Would you buy this if this became like a norm, like an option for refrigerators? Would you get one of these?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know what everyone else is laughing about, but like the issue that I have in my house is like my 4-year-old is just like me when I was a kid, and he's like, I want something to eat. And he opens the fridge and he fucking stands inside it, just like looking around like, what's in here? I don't know what I want. And so I'm like, exactly like my dad was, hey, why don't you think about what you want before you open that door and go get it? And of course he ignores me because that's what kids do. And that's exactly what my dad said to me. Think about what you want and then open the fridge and get it.
How do I know what I
Yeah.
want?
Exactly.
What do you know what your options are?
But if you
This,
could see it,
You can see it. You don't need to open a door and you just go, I want.
But can I stand in it?
that's the problem. I would think a kid would put both hands in and just swish like he was
Yeah.
fucking swimming in
That's
the
true.
gel.
There'd be toys and shit in there.
Kid,
Play-Doh.
I'm doing that.
But like, how did
You're a kid.
obviously this was a prototype
first thing
from a
I'm doing.
contest.
Do I have to be the jackass that says how many human heads do you think can fit in this thing?
Yeah.
Because you know someone's going to try. Someone out there in the world is going to be like,
No,
how
I got to be honest.
many-
None of us probably went there, but Sean, we're
Yeah,
glad
I'm
you
saying.
did.
We were talking about dipping our
I
balls.
talked about dipping my balls in it.
There's not an Electrolux or Dyson product I haven't once tried to or thought about dipping my balls in.
This is a Dyson. I saw a video of a Dyson vacuuming up fire. Some guy just poured gas in the ground, lit it on fire, and then vacuumed it up.
Because
It
they
worked.
can do that.
Doesn't
It
lose
worked.
suction.
It worked.
Did we talk about when Jay was in Vegas soon after our talk
Oh,
of the
no, we
of the
did not.
Dyson hand dryer? He in Vegas ran into one, took a picture, and asked if he should. And I think all of us responded at
Oh,
some
he
time or
said,
another.
"I
You need to get
almost-
on that.
I almost cleaned my balls in this. And we were like, what? You didn't?
Yeah.
What happened?
We literally had this conversation, and you were somewhere in Vegas where anything can go.
Yeah, and what happens there stays there, including your balls in a Dyson.
Just
I don't know
make
if I
sure
wanna-
you
And unfortunately, Jay's balls are still there because
just-
he didn't do it.
You gotta make sure you have a good support system and aren't trying to do it by yourself where you're gonna fall and get one caught. That's just what I've learned.
How would he get?
It's
how
hard
big do
finding a
your
buddy in the
balls have to
bathroom.
be for them to get caught? Those things
What,
are.
I mean, can you
big
imagine
enough for your
like
hand.
getting up there and then it?
What if they
slip?
swell immediately from the contact with the air? And he's like, oh no.
They don't suck in.
You know how
No, not
balls
suck
work?
in. They expand like.
No, hold on, Adam. Adam, no,
pressure
no.
differential.
Neither do our listeners. Explain how the balls work.
Pressure difference? What the hell are you talking about?
It's like that South Park episode where they bounce around the balls because they.
Because of testicular cancer.
Yeah, because it does
To get weed?
just so they can get weed.
I want to point out that this appliance cools bipolymer gel through luminescence.
Sounds like
Luminescence. They use light
bullshit.
to cool it.
Well,
Bullshit. You're calling
as
bullshit.
it turns out, it is bullshit.
It's
Much
just
like
the
your
essence
giant.
of light.
What was the name of the fridge? The
Fridgertron.
No, the Froven.
Froven,
It was
yeah.
much like your Froven. The
real.
episode I wasn't here to go.
That's
that
real.
shit does not
That's
exist.
real. I'm gonna find it one of these days when I'm not lazy.
This isn't
I-
really a
I've
fridge. It's
I
more
listened
like
to that episode in my car,
more like a
losing my shit only
fridge.
from the fact that people sort of let you buy into it here at this table.
It's real science. That was good effing science.
science.
Bill
And
Nye would
Best
back
Buy.
it. Best Buy backs it. Obviously, that guy was real. Come to think of it, I don't even think he had a blue shirt on. It was just like a homeless guy that was talking to
He
me.
just had a name tag that he stole off of someone.
He smelled funny.
Speaking of real science,
She blinded me with it.
It's a good movie.
I'll segue into that. Our good friends over at Xi3 announced Piston, which means Sean saw the box but didn't get to play with, which is their foray into the home sort of console-esque department, which originally was sought to be the Steam box for Valve. But as of recent, multiple articles that between, I think all of us, Sean K., Jason, and myself posted all these articles. They're going back and forth saying they don't play with each other. Or XSI3 is saying, we played with them. We're not allowed to say we played with them.
With Valve, you mean?
With Valve. But we originally designed this product with money from them for them.
It's really shiny.
But now Valve is saying that that's not the case, that our product, we didn't do that, basically. I mean, they're not really even saying much. They're just saying
Valve
we
didn't
didn't do
think it
this.
was-
There's only
They
two
didn't think it was
possible.
shiny enough.
There's only two possible options where a company would go in and do this fun, give another company some money to make some hardware, and then back out. First of all, option number one would be that the hardware that was being developed, the quality wasn't there. I don't think that's the case. From what I've seen from Xi3, I think they do good stuff. The second option is to not be specifically tied to one company. So Valve is looking at getting into the hardware business. They've created specs to make this Steam box. maybe there was too much press surrounding rumors with them and this one particular company, and they wanted to distance themselves simply from the relationship from a PR standpoint and wanted to remain more open from a PR standpoint to working with all kinds of hardware companies.
Do you think the price point was an issue for them?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what Xi3's price point that they were building was. I mean,
their initial price point. Now, note the only thing you can change on this PC is the hard drive, which are SSDs at this point. Their price point's at around $900. At least that was the going price. They announced all this at South by Southwest.
Six weeks.
Where you can get a $100 discount.
Where a lot of industries get together to discuss their products.
You know what's funny about that? A side note about that is I was blown away about the amount of non-music shit this year in that place. Like, I thought it was strictly about music and new bands, but it turns out it's not.
You know what I miss? MySpace.
Do you?
Really?
Do you?
Jason
I was
Carter,
hoping that was a segue. Yeah, so needless to say, they start at $900. They can go up from there depending on the size of your hard drive, but the actual components are solid. It's what you would find in the latest PC, and you can upgrade them, and it's easy to upgrade. The video I saw, and actually what me and Sean saw at CES, it is something Sean Kearney's grandmother could change out.
She's dead, so probably not. But
damn,
yeah. I mean, someone living probably could.
But she got to see Anchorman.
I know. She died a happy woman.
It sounded like it.
That's her only regret.
It was crazy. She lived for such a long time, and the only thing she regretted was seeing Anchorman a few years before she died.
Now,
It's a shame.
my main thing with this was, and I was a PC gamer well before consoles, but the idea of this obviously is to get you to play on the TV. And to compete with things that play on the TV right now, I would think you need to be around the $500 range. So when the first thing I saw was, I'm like, oh, it's almost $1,000 for this thing. So one of our contacts over at Xi3 I've been talking to about this, I brought up a point. I said, has this been an issue, or are you really trying to compete with them, or are you just trying to bring over the PC market and hope to get them sort of integrated and whatnot? The answer was the price point doesn't bother them, because the idea behind this is a console where you can keep your games, which are basically their UI uses the back end of saying you could use Steam or Steam Big Picture, which is Steam's TV app, or you could tie into Origin, which is EA's gaming service, both of which, when you purchase a game through them, you get to keep them on any device that you sign in on in your account and download it and whatever, and you have them forever. And we talked about this on the latest consoles, none of which are backwards compatible. This device, everything's backwards compatible because you have it forever. That's one of their points. So you're buying a system that you get to always keep your games. Their other thing is that this is a system where you can consistently upgrade if you need to, but they're looking at like a year or two shelf life, whereas consoles, they feel like you're consistently having to buy new consoles. You lose all your titles you had before. That price point would easily put you over $1,000. Come buy our device, but keep all your games.
Well, console shelf lives I think they aim at like 5 to 8 years.
Yeah.
Still?
Yeah, it's 5, and then this one I think was a little bit long because it was supposed to end around 2009, and then when the economy went to shit, everybody was like, oh, no one's going to buy a new console. So I think it got artificially pushed back. And then the last one started early because Microsoft announced 4 years after the new Xbox. The 360 was 4 years after the original. But yeah, it's usually about like 5 to 6 years.
Yeah.
But is backwards compatibility important to you guys? Because like, do you play backwards compatibility? Like, you play old games?
I have occasionally.
Yeah.
I mean,
is it a
not
system
lots of
seller?
games,
Yeah.
but, it's a system seller for me. Yeah.
Wow.
Especially now because I have a big game collection that I keep, and so the next generation, if it couldn't play my current slate of games, that would not be good.
Really?
You of all people, though, Kearney, with the way you buy indie games,
Yeah.
and how big I think Steam's market is with the indie games, and
Sure.
some really good ones there, and that you can keep those, that doesn't appeal to you at all?
I like it. It's this weekend, like, I got obsessed with playing a bunch of old PlayStation games, right? And I have a PS3, and I found out that all PS3s are backwards compatible to PS1. It's PS2 that a lot of them aren't backwards compatible to. And so I was like, wow, that's awesome. And there's this game, Return Fire, this like old 3DO port to PlayStation, which is like this fucking awesome game. And it's one of the few games that isn't backwards compatible on the PS3. So I bought the game from Amazon for $30. And then I was like, fuck, I need to go get a PS1 or a PS2. I went online and Game Dude, this local place in North Hollywood, which is a great place to pick up used games, $15 for a PlayStation 1.
That store is amazing, by the way.
Yeah,
It's
but I
pretty
was just
cool.
like, I realized like I have backwards compatibility on my 360, on my PS3 for PS1 games, on my Wii, my Wii U, and I don't ever use it. Like I have like 4 GameCube games that I've played 5 times each. I never use it, and then when I get excited about it, like it's worth the $30 to just go and buy the old console and hook it up. You know what I mean? Because it's so few and far between. Whereas I used to think of it as like, oh my God, when the PS2 came out, I was like, oh my God, I can play all my PS1 games. I never did.
Well, think of it this way, though. That machine, though, now, not only could play your entire Steam catalog and whatever you buy, which could be a lot because Steam has the best fucking deals of any company, period, selling video games. I buy shit I'm probably never going to play because they just knock things down so low. Origin, other game things. You could also, if you wanted to get really crazy, you could also throw MAME on there and pretty much get every game dated back to Pong, as well as every arcade game and play on your TV as well.
No, they had me at Steam. I'm excited about that. It's the backwards compatibility thing that I'm a little confused. Like, I'm just, especially with the backlash that the PS4 had, where people are like, are you kidding me? And it was like, is it really? Like, I don't know.
Don't look back.
Yeah.
Never look back.
So
Don't look back.
Charge forward.
Xbox had a games on demand sale, a big sale,
Yeah.
for like a week, and each day there was like a new, slate of stuff that was like $10, $2, whatever. So I pulled the trigger on a game that I have picked up many times in the clearance bin of every local Best Buy, and I picked it up for $10.
What game?
Halo Wars.
Oh, yeah.
Which was the
RTS?
I'm
RTS
surprised you didn't
version
play
of
it.
Halo.
RTS done by Ensemble Studios,
Yeah.
I think, in
Microsoft
Texas.
owned.
Had some awesome cutscenes.
Did it?
Yeah.
Have you played it?
No. Well, I mean, I played the demo.
Yeah,
It's an RTS?
Yeah. Which was originally what Halo was going to be, right? Halo, I think, was designed for the Mac as an RTS, and then when it switched to Microsoft, they switched it to an FPS.
Is it as fun as, like, StarCraft and Command & Conquer and all that? Have you
I mean,
played
it's
it?
okay. Any RTS on a console is, if you're a PC RTS one, you're going to complain. But people who are just like casual RTS people, it's fine.
I remember seeing some of the guys at DreamWorks play it at some point when it first came out. They played it for a good month, maybe 2 months, and then it fell to the wayside because another newer, bigger game came.
There's one other game on my list that it just passed me by that I think if it got to that price, I'd probably pick it up, which is Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, my God. That game is
You
incredible.
want mine?
Yeah.
All right.
Take it.
Done.
Love it. Did you not like it?
Oh, that
Shake
game,
hands.
oh,
I
that
liked
game
it,
could
I
be
just
fun.
I just don't play it anymore.
I get ya. Amazon bought my
got tired.
I do love
I-
Adam has the best description of this
I've
game.
found that I don't do well with like open world games because if I get into a game and there's no purpose to it, I'm like, well, fuck this. Like, why should
Yeah.
I work at figuring out what I need or should do in this game? I end up abandoning it pretty quickly. But if there's a storyline that it kind of coaxes me on, then I'm okay with it.
Did you
What's
finish
your-
it? Did you get through the story? It's
What's
got
your,
such a good story.
Huh?
What's
It's
your-
such a good ending.
Describe the game
Well, it's like
for someone who hasn't played it.
It's like Grand Theft Auto, except for you do everything a lot slower and you ride fucking horses.
And it takes way
and
longer
you
to
drive
get
from
from
point
When we
A
got
to point
into
B.
this, there was an episode where we talked
'Cause
about,
it
this. I
was-
talked about shooting the donkey and
Because
the
Pecco
angry Mexican.
Yeah, we
just
did.
started playing it and gave it, well, I need to give it Game of the Year for this
That's
year.
right.
5 years late or
I
whatever it
supported
was.
his
Yeah.
vote. Oh,
I do
Pecco.
remember playing it, and it felt like it took about 20 minutes to get somewhere.
It's because you're on a horse.
Yeah, exactly.
They're all like that.
Well, even the game
Until I
Mafia.
started camping, and then I was like, I still don't care.
when Mafia came out, you had cars because it was Grand Theft Auto style and everything like that. But it was cars from the 1920s that was basically running at the same pace as a horse. So that's what everybody was complaining about. It's like drive
Just
together
fake
into the
it.
city.
Make the horse.
Got
make
you
the
2
cars
horsepower car.
Exactly. Hey, it runs on coal.
That's awesome.
It
So-
didn't, it didn't really run on coal.
It did. No, it didn't.
That's
So would you buy it? Current, because I know you're the king of buying everything, but is that
Yeah.
price point too high?
I was just saying to Fennell before the show started that I feel like $1,000 to me might be the price point that my brain, like a little alarm goes off that's like, wait a second. What the fuck are you trying to do?
Trying to hamstring me.
Yeah. And I feel like, I mean, it's different for everything. Like for a video game, it's like, I'll gladly pay $60 if you randomly there was a game for $100. I'd have the same voice that would go, this is a little more than what I'm used to for this thing. So I don't know.
You'd buy that.
But it's snuck right under the line now.
It's
I
right.
thought it was
$999,
but it's $900.
It's $900.
There's one that starts around $900. Yeah,
it's tough. I'll say I bought a
100.
PS3 very late. I bought a PS3 2 years ago. I had one from work for the longest time, but I didn't buy it when it came out because I was like, it was $600 or something, and everything else was $400, and it was just like, wait, it just makes you, it forces you to make a value proposition of, is it like with this? It's going to be what $400, $500 more than every other console. It makes you go, is it twice as good, you know? Where I think Steam is great and I want to play it on my TV. My biggest problem with it right now is that if it's too much computer, then it's just like, oh, so this is just like plugging my computer into my TV. I don't get what the difference is with that yet.
See,
if they can justify that.
That's a really interesting thought. And I've had the same problem with Apple devices because you look at Apple's lineup and it's like, for $50 more, you can get this. And for $50 more, you can get this. And you walk it on up the line until eventually you're like, I don't want a computer. I wanted a phone to begin with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and somehow they've convinced me to get a computer in the process. And it's like, but it's hard to draw the line, right?
Yeah.
Like you think to yourself, like, I really don't, like the same thing. I have the same argument. I would not buy this probably for me because I don't want a computer in my living room. I have one now, and it's clunky. Using a mouse and a keyboard in my living room is clunky.
I have a solution for the Apple thing, though. Next time you go into the store and run into that problem, just put our podcast on all of the things.
That also solve it.
Podcast bombing.
They'll be like,
and write down their FaceTime numbers.
I'll just get an iPod Touch. But yeah, so I think for me, I want a console to be a computer, and that it is a very, very fast machine capable of processing lots of graphics data very, very fast. What I don't want is a user interface that is lots of freedom. That's what I would describe as like any Linux, Windows, any desktop UI is not what I'm looking for at all. So I know there's like Steam big picture, right? And there's options that you can get on the device. But it's still, when it's all said and done, it's a computer that's designed to specifically work with an operating system. And most operating systems are not streamlined things. Like I look at what the iPhone is. The iPhone's hardware is built specifically to work with a very simple, very pared down operating system. Same thing with the Xbox, same thing with the Wii, same thing with the PlayStation. They're all like this crazy big hardware with a really simple user interface, and that's all I want in my living room.
Their main focus. The one video I have posted up? That's what they show. They show that this basically would be the masking of the OS. If you don't ever want to get into that, which is the overlay, and that's what they're shooting for, which is the one geared for living room use.
And is that like there's a software by them, by Xi3?
Yeah. Super sad, dude. I mean, I had no problems with it because it was right to the point. I mean, you had just categories. It was, games, movies. What I liked were some of the other options that I think the 720 is going to address. Like they had DVR options built in, which is nice because your computer's there. You're the same options. You go right to the hard drive. But I'm still on the fence. I love Steam, and I love. I hate that Origin has to be around. I wish Steam could just engulf them so you didn't have to have both.
Yeah, right.
But the way they showed it was like under the Games tab, you had Steam, Origin, and I don't know, that maybe there was something else. And they had music, and under music was like channels like Xbox. It was like Pandora, Spotify, whatever. But I'm guessing because it's a computer, you probably can install fucking anything.
Whatever you want, yeah.
Movies, Netflix, blah, 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 blah.
The
DVR.
So it could take an input from your cable box?
Yeah, that's my understanding. I'm guessing. I mean, you could do that right now with a PC.
If it was a really powerful operating system with a streamlined user interface that I never had to. It's not like you have to launch an app that then is a.
No, it looks like that's what starts when you turn this device on. It looks like it is literally just this.
You got to work
this
to get
simple,
out of it. Like it's
this
more,
simple.
like the effort.
I'm guessing you have to. Yeah, it looked like that. It looked like that. Now me being me, I would like to get out in case I wanted to do something later with it. But I actually was thinking of you when I watched the video. I'm like, I could even see Jason being into this because it is very, very, very straightforward as far as the UI, which it looks nice and clean. But it potentially, because it is a PC on the back end, some of the hiccups of things I would have liked to have seen installed on the Xbox, you might be able to just directly
Put it
do.
back on.
Yeah,
Put 'em
pretty
on.
easy.
Yeah.
What if you could use the power glove? Would that sway you?
Is it left-handed or right-handed?
That's a really good question.
Jack, you were saying it's easy. It's easy to use. Like, is it like easy for like stupid people? Like, is it Brendan Fraser easy to use? And I'm not saying like can Brendan Fraser use it because he's probably a smart guy, but like fans of his movies,
Fraser
could
from
they use it?
Mummy or Brendan Fraser from
You
Encino Man?
guys are bringing the questions tonight like
Look,
nobody's
if I had
business.
2 power gloves, one for each hand, then yes.
You'd use it. Okay.
Brendan Fraser
And then
could
you'd
use
go like this.
And as you
it.
clap,
You go like this.
Would
and
you,
a gigantic
as
Fireball
you,
would?
as you clap, Excitebike, he jumps.
Yes.
That'd be pretty cool.
That would be
I'd
good.
play that game.
Would you jerk off with a power glove?
Have you jerked off with the power glove?
Twice as fast.
Damn, I looked at it. I was hoping as soon as you said that, Adam was going to look and smirk and go,
I never owned a power glove.
neither did I. I always had a friend.
That's all that was stopping you. Right?
I always had a friend of a
Every
friend
once
who
in
had
a while,
one.
you say things
I
that
tried-
I get embarrassed.
I
I
tried
know, and I do was going to get you, but it was such an Adam thing to say that I was like, I'm going to cut him. I'm going to
You
cut
feel
right
weird
to it.
jagging another man's power glove. Like, you
Dutch
just feel
rudder
weird.
with a power
No,
glove.
that's not Dutch rudder. Is not using somebody else's glove. That's using someone else's hand.
But
It's
if
not
you
even
had-
that. It's
but if you
using
had-
your
No,
own
it's
hand.
using your
It's having
hand to
somebody
run his
else's
hand.
Row the
Yeah.
oh, so it's
Row
my
the
hand.
boat.
Thank you.
You're working
But
the elbow.
if he had
not gay at all.
if he had the power
Not
glove
gay.
on,
When he's working my elbow.
no.
So wait, I'm
No, he's using the bazooka to move your elbow.
I'm jagging-
while you
I'm-
got the power glove.
I'm jagging his peen, and he's got the power glove on.
You're moving his elbow.
I don't know, but
while
I'm
he's
in.
wearing the power.
And your free hand has one of those Sony Eye rifles in the other hand.
What about the ice cream looking Sony thing?
Oh,
Is
the
that at all
move,
involved?
the move thing.
Ice cream.
Well, no, but Rob the Robot is there from Nintendo.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, I could see this. I could see this.
Kearney,
being-
you're making it weird now.
Can we get
I know,
that?
sorry,
Can we
it's
get that
creepy.
Robo garbage can to clean up after? That?
Oh, wait, the one that the guy threw up the thing catches like 12 out of 50 times.
Back to the thing, though, I think in general, though, the interface is pretty much what you'd want it to be. And it's more, to me, it felt a little more app-based, which I know everybody seems to be going that route and they like. So on that front, I was like, oh, this is simplistic, and I can play on my Steam crap. Now, I haven't tried big picture, so I don't know how that is with a controller, but as far as I know, you could grab the Microsoft controller that just works with a computer and just set it up, and you can use that. You could use
We've talked
Big
about
pull.
this
But it's
Anywhere.
$1,000 worth.
Big Pope on
That's
that.
the thing.
I can
is
get
it,
a
is it
new computer for that
$600
much money.
more.
Because like
Then what your
here's what
Xbox
I
is.
think. Like I hear $1,000, and I think okay, because I don't do Steam. It would be more if I got something. It'd be like a media system. And I've got a setup right now at my home that's finally streamlined, and it's a Mac Pro. I've got
It's not super streamlined.
It is now.
Wow.
I have one
I
remote.
tried watching
Challenge.
something off of your system.
No, that's
challenge.
you.
All
Like,
right.
You're not gonna be able to stream off my Xi3 any
Quick,
better.
Fennell, load up Monkey Bone. How fast is it?
There's no way. There's no way you're gonna be able to stream any better because it's the internet connection, not the computer. But anyway, so I've got a Mac Pro. I've got 8 terabytes of hard drive space. I've got all this shit, and it was like $600.
Yeah.
And it's like, more than I need anyway. And so for me to go $1,000,
But is it running at 40 watts?
no.
That's a
You're
big
running
thing.
at
That's a
about
good
1,000
point.
watts,
That's
right?
that's another one of their big points,
That-
right?
that's
is
interesting. That's definitely
It's
interesting.
super low power.
Until someone literally is going to walk in and hand me the report on how much I'm spending on my Mac Pro, I'm never going to know or care. Like, unless someone can literally be like, you're going to save $80 every other year.
But wait, you're saying it costs $600, but the Mac Pro is because that was just an old computer.
It was, yeah, about an older one.
Yeah.
Because I knew I didn't need,
'Cause you
I'm
gotcha.
not going to play games on it. And I literally just stream from it.
Yeah.
But that's just
Oh,
me,
so
like-
you bought it used. This wasn't
Yeah,
like, I
yeah.
had an
no,
old
I bought
computer.
it
lying
used. I
around.
bought it
Okay.
for like $375.
Wow.
And then put a shit ton of storage in it, and now it works.
Ta-da!
Slightly more than a crap load.
But less than a truckload.
Ooh, mind blown right there.
That's
I wouldn't mind though. There are certain games that might be interesting. Now, I would still run into the mouse and keyboard thing because some of those games I'd want to play on Steam. That's how I'd want to play them. For you guys though, there's probably games you could play with a controller that would be just as fun. And I don't know how that's going to be on big picture, but I could easily see myself laying on my couch playing like Age of Empires on my 65-inch TV. That could be fun.
Ultimately, for me,
$1,000.
I don't want to.
I would have rather spent that than I did on the fucking PS3. That fucking Blu-ray player piece of shit. Like, literally, I would have much rather put all my money.
Tell us how you really feel.
Wow.
All my money
Don't hold back.
on that system and just kept my $200 Blu-ray player I have in my
You
bedroom.
can sell your Blu-ray player and then put that towards one of these. If you so
Potentially.
inclined.
I think, Jack, the problem here is we're all trying to tell you times are probably a little bit tight for you, buddy, and we're.
Oh, am I
going to
be able to spend $1,000 up front? Hell no. The wife's never going to let
we
me
need to
drop
borrow
They
$1,000.
have a change. And
Was I going to come to the old Kearney household and borrow the $1,000?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Borrow the
Because I have it
$1,000.
lying
Borrow the
around,
system.
baby.
Not borrow the system, borrow the $1,000.
To me,
Carpeted
there
our
are
apartment
two different
$1,000 bills.
conversations.
But I own a lot on Steam, mind you. I own a lot of games on Steam. So for me, that sways me a bit on purchasing a system
Okay.
like that.
shut up and take my money.
Okay.
That's all you got to say.
Anyways, so there are two different conversations with this thing. Do you want a very small profile computer in your living room, has a pared down interface that can maybe do everything, right? Like Adam and I, you and I have talked a lot about how like you like Plex, you like one cockpit to launch everything, right? So you're not going to use, I love this, you're not going to use Netflix unless it's Netflix through this one cockpit.
It's a goal. Like, just,
Right. No, I think I agree with you. Like I would love I'm more on the Xbox side. I have that generally do everything, but there are still pieces that you can't always do. So the idea of having like one place to go for all of your entertainment and that like launches you to different places, that's enticing. With a simple user interface, that's great. So that's section number one. Like if there was a way for me to do that with a remote, have an easy interface and it not be a computer with a mouse and keyboard, great. The key for me is mouse and keyboard. I do not want in my living room, which I have right now. So the second part of this is Steam Big Picture. Now, I don't know nearly as much about it as you do, but from what I understand, it's basically just a reskinning of Steam in a way that's like more friendly to a TV and a remote.
Yeah, I actually haven't used it. I've only seen
You can
and watched
actually,
videos.
So you can actually turn it on through the Steam client on your computer now.
Okay.
And see what it looks like, walk through it, and then exit it out.
But so my problem is I could go into this Steam thing. I could use my remote. Let's say I have an Xi3 that's running Steam Big Picture, and I go in here and I'm about to buy and play a game, and that game only has mouse and keyboard support.
That's the difference with Big Picture. Their idea behind that is that you can use, my understanding is you can use almost any kind of input device you want to be able to use.
I think
you have to configure it, my understanding, but you can use it.
I think
That's what I was
because
told.
there are games that say on them that they're
Big picture support.
That big picture support, so that you can play with controllers. Mm-hmm. The ones that aren't designed for that, I don't think you could use a controller as an input.
And so for
That's a
me,
good
was my
question. That's a good
understanding,
question.
too.
Yeah,
For
I don't know.
just in the living room, it's that single service. I know for a fact everything's going to work. That's why I love the Xbox. No matter what game I download, it's going to work with that controller. It's not like, oh, you got to get a special doohickey to play this game, unless it's the Kinect game, I guess. But even then, it's like a really clearly.
I think their idea
That
would be.
doesn't count.
I think their idea
No,
would
it's a
be
clearly
to
identified
use.
thing. It's a section.
At least what I've heard, their idea is to be able to use a Xbox style. Even though the one I saw, they were using the Xbox controller
Sure.
just on Steam.
Just
I mean,
on
that's
Steam.
what they
For-
want.
it's
to
the-
do.
it's
They
the
want
Xbox
you to
controller
keep
for
buying.
Windows.
Yeah, they want to be able to tap into that market. I
actually looked into it. Like they have some specs on Steam itself. You can look through and see what Big Picture supports, and it's like a wired Xbox controller, an Xbox controller for the PC, and then a couple of other controllers that they support natively, and then you could get drivers for other weird, crazy crap you want to do. But yeah,
Well, I think a big draw too is, that I don't think you get with this as seamlessly, is the whole like friends online that you can do with Xbox. It's like, yeah, you have your Steam and stuff like that too, but right now the way you have it on your computer is you have to sign in through whatever Skype or fucking whatever other sort of messaging thing that you have.
You mean to talk audibly?
Yeah,
like
to
if I wanna
talk
have
and
talk.
to jump in and out of friends games, who's playing this, who's playing that, and be able to like talk and interact like you can with a console like Xbox and stuff. So it's it's kind of a lot of money to sit there to have this kind of iffy thing. If you want to play like a single player game by yourself like on your big screen TV, then just save the money and spend $1,000 on a big screen TV and put it in your office and just use your computer.
I think Steam allows you to join people's games.
No, you can do yeah.
But the whole talking component.
No,
audio
you
thing
can-
they don't, but seeing what people play and talking to them, that's integrated well, and you can even do that in game. It's just Shift Alt brings it up.
Shift tab.
But that's actually works really good. I think it's really, really good in Steam. Their chat client's really, really good. You're right. They do not have a audio solution that I know of right now to sit and talk to friends.
Valve, fix that quickly.
Like this is maybe I'm a
By the,
little
time
bit.
we, by the time we deliver our nerdy to you.
Steam is free though.
But my big thing, and maybe I'm a little bit old-fashioned, but does it work with my Netscape Navigator? Like, is that going to be on it? Because that's the only browser I use to update my Angel Fire website and
Alta Vista.
my Alta Vista. GeoCities site.
All of which Nerdtastic is running on currently. If you go to our website.
Perfect. I mean, as long as it works with that, I don't really care.
We are like this generation's GeoCities. Yeah, we're
completely
operating
are.
on WordPress. So
To me, it's still price point. I think the device looks sexy. I don't even. It looks no
shiny.
better or the different than an Xbox sitting down on my thing. Matter of fact, the design is maybe even a little cleaner, but
shinier.
you know, the one thing we
Pretty
joke
shiny.
about we've joked about it with this thing that actually for me would be a big selling point is the low power. Only because low power is going to mean low heat
and quiet.
and quiet.
Yeah.
And so my Xbox loud as hell because I have an old one, and then my Mac Mini actually puts off a good amount of heat. It's quiet, but it puts off a good amount of heat. So
All Apple products do. They do a shit job of dissipating their heat. It's like unbelievable. I got one of those time capsules. Unfucking believable. Like it's the hottest thing.
Some
ever.
laptops burn up right before a show. I
Yeah,
don't know. It
it's
fucking
crazy.
happens.
Yeah.
Sucker.
Jason, this one's good though. So far, this one's good so far. I really want one. The price point's very high for me right now. And
Yeah.
and Kearney, you hit the nail on the head, dude. The economy and everything else is tough right now, and that's sort of why I brought it up to our contact, just because right around the corner is 720 PS4.
Mm-hmm.
Did Xbox talk about their price point?
Nobody's talked about their price point.
I thought
PS4
did.
No.
Oh, did they not?
I think E3 is they're going to announce price point.
pretty much the PS4 announcement, all it was here's our controller, here are some games, here are some specs. No price. No, this is what it looks like.
Yeah.
Here are final specs. No, nothing.
And it was 2 hours long.
It was a charade. It was a 2-hour announcement of nothing, other than that Watch Dogs is not current gen, which everybody expected in the first place.
But it's current gen 2. It's on everything.
Is it?
That's what's going to be so weird. No, it's everything, which is very strange. Like, I don't understand how. Like, why do you even buy one of these consoles when it comes out at the end of the year? You can get all the games on the current systems.
I did love that when
so weird.
Blizzard came and like, hey guys, Diablo 3 on the PS4. Like, why are you announcing all these games that work on the older generation to announce your new console?
Very strange.
I just read this before we get out of here real fast. I'm guessing, Jason, you posted. So, Kearney's beloved Nintendo slapped with a $30.2 million damages fine because they stole shit. In particular?
Yeah, something that I find particularly interesting, which is the technology behind their 3D glassesless 3D viewing technology in the 3DS. So, without
theirs.
I'll give you my I'll give you the spiel, which is basically that a TV, a screen of any kind of digital screen, is nothing more than a grid, rows and columns of colored dots known as pixels. So, in you think HD 1920 by 1080. You see that a lot on the boxes of TVs. That means there's 1,920 pixels across and 1,080 pixels vertically.
Numbers.
Sorry, got sidetracked. But so what it means is that this particular device, the screen that's developed by Sharp that Nintendo uses on the 3DS, they actually say what we're going to do is we're going to take every even column of pixels and we're going to make that show a left eye image. And then we're going to say every odd column of pixels is going to show the other eye. And here's the tricky part. So that just means, okay, well then I'm just simply seeing different images on the odds and even lines of the interlaced pixel grid. But what they're actually doing is the glass that covers the actual screen, it's a really thin piece of glass, has these microscopic black filaments that separate each grid of pixels. Now we're talking on like a microscopic level here, meaning if you hold this 3DS at the perfect angle, a perfect distance from your face, your right eye cannot see the columns that are associated with the left eye picture, and vice versa for the other eye. Now, you've seen this, Sean. The very moment you turn that 3DS even like, I think the 6 degrees or something, like it's just incredibly small.
You lose it fast.
Not only do you lose it, it actually goes inverted, meaning you're seeing the opposite effect where everything's inside out because your right eye is now seeing what's only meant for the left eye, and your left eye is seeing what's only meant for the right eye. Now, the technology itself, flawed. But here's the real big kicker is Nintendo, the only thing Nintendo has is the Mario properties, the games that are big, Mario Kart, the Mario games. That's the only thing they have, and I still believe Nintendo is the king of hardware innovation at this point. Even with the Wii U, hardware innovation, right? Both Sony and Microsoft are pretty much expected to have more powerful living room PCs, where Nintendo is still trying to chase that Wii golden ticket they had with new and crazy gaming experiences. Okay, so Nintendo comes out with this thing. It's not the best technology in the world, but it's pretty damn innovative. But then to find out that there's some random dude who patented this in 2003 and it wasn't approved until 2008. Now here's my question is, when do you think development started on the 3DS? I don't actually know, but I would guess that it was long before it came out, years before it came out.
Well, I know that they were doing some work on it for the GameCube, actually, and they realized they were gonna announce there's an add-on screen to the GameCube that like you can buy that Nintendo
the one
makes.
that like flips up,
yeah. And that was supposed to be in 3D, and they were working on it for a while, and then they canceled it because being a screen so. The DS makes sense because I can always adjust where it is based on where I sit. And
you're not picking the GameCube up.
This one, yeah, you'd physically have to move your body to the exact right position to get it to work, and they just couldn't get that. So they didn't put it in the GameCube and then held it off, and years later threw it on the DS when they went, oh, wait a second, this thing, I can actually move the device, and I don't have to worry about moving. So it would have been
early.
It would have been early.
So here's my thing is I don't think this is a case of Nintendo ripped off some dude's technology idea. I think this is simply a case of some other dude beat him to the patent office. I think that's all it is.
Who got fired for that one? Who got fired for failing?
Well, it's a former Sony employee.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Anyways.
Sorry, my fault.
So I don't
Guess
think
who's $30.2 million richer? Cyril Toyamata.
But
Love that guy.
it is pretty crazy that you're allowed to. I mean, there are patents in video games for everything. There's a patent for running left to right. Like I think Nintendo has it for a scrolling game where your character side scroll. Like that is a patent.
So do you have to pay them, or do they just?
What it is it's it's like mutually assured destruction. So what you do is every company is collecting a ton of patents so that when you use one of Nintendo's patents, like no shit, when Microsoft uses a Nintendo patent, they go, well, we're going to sue you for that. And they go, oh, well, you used 10 of our patents. And because it's just an arms race to get the most patents so that nobody sues each other.
Huh.
And so that's why I find it so funny
that's
that
a
this
cell
one went
phone
here.
business right now.
New weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah.
Patent lawsuits.
Do your kids have a 3DS, Sean?
Yeah, my son does, and we almost always turn off the 3D feature.
Because it kills the battery.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's the end of our podcast.
Nerdtastic in 3D.